Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm XIV and this is the last 100, number 100 live stream on this channel. So impressive start for a few months of streaming, right folks? And so I'm going to continue live streaming after that, of course, but I'm gonna change the titles, all that, so no more WikiRigs live, it will be something else. And also I'll be organizing a new strategy for this live streaming, improving what I already do basically. And there's nothing that is going to be special for this last 100 session, except that we are going to try to complete these settings here for the action bone constraints and these profile bendy bone splines. So I have already symmetrized for the back bending. We have a complete back bending moving system there for both sides. We symmetrize the animation, and on the so I have, this is for checking all the leg bendings. This is, we could delete and make another one, but these ones are the actual it is doing wrong now because the deformity, because these bones are stacking the same action. So if we want to see what it really looks like, we need to turn this off. All right. So we're not keyframing that anyway, so this is already keyframed, but here is not where we see its origin. So this is a bit tricky about this method. I need to find out if there's some better approach for it. But here is the action as it should appear in animation. Of course, I've just made for the back bending, and there are some bones there that are not relevant anymore. So for example, these, let's just turn this off. This is like, what is this? Copy transforms for tweak crotch. Okay, so this is like, we're not using this for now. Probably I'll delete them. Well, they have an advantage. Actually currently they don't have any advantage. But they were related to the crotch, so this bone is actually important. So it although it is parented to some other stuff in the spine, so so we have, this is the hips, but I think we have, it moves many bones there. It's not exactly how I would like to have that. There's something like here and something like here, and so forth, but the spine is actually, there's a fake eye key system here for the spine, for the head. So this is fake eye key, and there is also, here, the torso. So and something cool that we should know is that actually, just make a shortcut for a better original shortcut for those options here. As I use them a lot, it's time to give a better shortcut than the common comma and period that it is by default. It continue to work, but now I have an extra comma and period, but these are too far, so I've just used this girlless. Now this is not underscore, it's the bar, the diagonal bar that I don't on the right next to the shift, to the left shift button. So this is for one click, just on that button. It's for this transform pivot point, and shift, that button is for the orientation. That now is much better. So now I can have easy access to those things finally. So if I want to pivot point, yeah, what I wanted to show, so we can, yeah, we can change. We could make this with a bone, right? With a transform pivot point, but that is a bone constraint that's a bit difficult to use. So yeah, we can, and we can do this. We can make this with many of the bones there, I guess. So this is quite relevant, depending on what we want to do, right? In animation. So okay, it's good to have this. It's kind of versatile, right? So let's go back here. I need the individual. Then we are going to continue now. Currently only the back bending is animated there with the action bone constraints. I'm gonna make the same. Actually, we're gonna add more of this action bone constraint, but related to I think, yes, it will be another animation. I don't think we can combine this stuff. Hold on, I'm thinking. Can I have for the whole animation? It will grow. Okay, this range maxes the rotation of the type. Can I stack the whole back and forth in here? No, this is, yeah, in this case it's intriguing. Maybe it's possible. It'll be just like the continuation, right? The continuation of if the leg rotates forwards. But then what would happen? What would happen is that it wouldn't be start 0. This should already start at a minimum. Range minimum would be the maximum rotation. Because it's flow, it will go, yeah, the rotate here. There will be some animations which will be keyframed here anyways. And then we would have, as, yeah, on the 0 they would be come back to the original place. And then, okay, all right, because it's about the same so bone rotation, then the target is the same. I think we can, yeah, we can stack this. Maybe there are some problems, but I think we can do this. So let's try this. So we'll have to find a way to get this thing done. So maybe, so this is the leg bend is actually, yeah, we'll keep like this name for now. Actually, hold on, let's preserve this thing and let's make front leg X rot. Yeah, that's so all right. So what I do is that I'm going to duplicate this action. We're gonna take advantage of what I've learned recently about, okay, this is a new one, right? So we are going to make these rotations match. Yeah, I'm going to make something different because I've learned that we need to have matching for this bone here and in the animation and outside. Otherwise it's difficult to get the this matching here is not very good, and this makes us lose valuable accuracy. Therefore some things like that can happen, although here is not the case. This is just because it is stacking actually twice actions, but okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'll probably have to sort of remake some of these, yeah, for the back bending, but I'm trying to reuse what I have. What I cannot reuse though is yeah, I'm gonna make a simplification here, folks. So I want to use these same spatial things here, spatial. So for example, we have too many things going up and it's a bit unnecessary, so we want to pose another bone in this case, which would be this pole target. And so yes, here is the beginning. I think we need to, because I'm in this thing, I need to turn off the action bone constraint, so everything is turned off thanks to Alt. This because I am in the action which is responsible for the corrective method, so I don't want these corrective bone constraints to be inside the action of the corrective method. It just stacks their own corrective stuff. So this is a little problem in this technique that makes it slightly more complicated. If I could drive those things, turn on and off with a, yeah, it will make some driver, but that could be useful actually, right? Yes, if I could just switch, I had a switch for that, would be very efficient. I know how to do that, so let's make that switch at once. So we are going to add a bone here. We'll call it a switch, action switch. So what we're gonna do is that we gonna use it to maybe just allow the Z there, no, the Y, something like that, right? And then we just get a limit location in local space. We can give it a maximum of 0.1 or maximum 1. Affect transforms. Alright, maybe workspace is better. Now this will lock it, so just GYY along local. It's not working. Y not working. Location. Okay, let's free this first. The local Y is horizontal. Well, I'm on global Y, so, but if I press G, Y, Y, and Y, maybe this thing is doing wrong. G, Y, Y, okay, now it's accurate, but something about It would be easy if I just used, I don't know, the some other axis, right? So global okay, at least the global x matched the x there, so that's actually better. So limit x will limit the x to 0.5, so alright, it'll be like a switch like that. And although it's hard to see, right, maybe yeah, maybe rotation is better, is clearer. Rotate x, yeah, so we'll add a limit rotation and just uh, 90. Yeah, so this will turn it off. Okay, this is clearer to for the switch. All right, so what we do now is just we copy this for all these bones. That's like add a driver here. There may be another way to do that, but then that would be if var return 1, else true, if else false. Is that the case? Certainly I'm doing it wrong. Cannot memorize those things without proper practice. Quaternion, local space, and object armature and bone action switch. Oh, it seems to be correct. It doesn't seem it's wrong, so let's see. It's currently enabled. What happened to the driver? Of course we don't see, we need to see the bone there. Which was the bone that has got it? This bone, so don't seem to affect, so let's change less and no, this value is not like that. You see, the input is negative, so negative 0.0001, else false. We'll have to compare. Okay, it's nice, turn on. Yeah, except it's very hard to pose it because probably I locked this. Yeah, now it's easy, right? So turn on, turn off, but by default I want the opposite, so let's get here and true if var else false, negative less or equal to this. Well, yeah, just the that's it. So here it turns on, here turns off. Alright, so that's it. We need this for all them because they are all moving. They are all the same tip bones here. We just need to get them. Yeah, hold on. We need the selection sets. We want also this and this. No need any other bone, I guess. So let's make sure we got these two because we are working with all of them. All right. Assign this one too. Assign. All right, this looks good. Then assign to. All right. Then we can pick this. Shift H. No. What's wrong? Select. There we go. So from this point, let's get copy driver, right? Paste driver. Yeah, need to do one by one. Well, I can symmetrize, so yeah, so one, paste, 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 here already, paste, they're done. Why this has got two? Alright, then we can probably symmetrize that, but we are not done yet. So alright, so now if we go into here, this should have turned everything off. Oh, the drivers are not symmetrized, so this is annoying. So paste driver, paste driver, paste driver, paste driver. We're not gonna use this right now. Delete driver and delete here. Paste driver. I thought the drivers were, they are not duplicated, they are not, yeah, cloned, so this is a limitation. Looks like we have some bones that need to be included, like this one. Alright. Alright, then if we go on somewhere like here, let's see. Yeah, we see everything changed there because we are stacking the stuff. So our switch is working, folks. This will help a lot. Although I hope we don't lose them in the symmetrization. I think that we will lose. No, it is retained. Okay, good, good, good. So maybe it's just the first time when it doesn't. Let's just make sure this is, yeah, it's maintained the same, right? So we're gonna redo, unfortunately, leg bending. Now we want to have them on, except that this is stacking 2, right? So this one we are going to let it be manually set, right? Because we are editing it. So alright, I have a not the mirror thing. Alright, so we go here on the, okay, so the problem is that all this animation here is made with the, yeah, front bending, side bending. It's like all together, and it's not exactly we're using this animation to get the bone constraint animations, right, for the corrective bones. I don't know how to do it other way. Maybe there's a better way, because the way I'm doing... Okay, it works. So what I need to do here, I'm gonna remake this animation, but so I'm gonna start with okay, alright, I see. So the intervals can be... Alright, so I'm gonna pick, for example, I ignore the side bending. For now this will be another thing. So I want to get this pose here. So delete everything, unfortunately, all these posings, and this will be like the middle point. So I think to guarantee, let's give it a $50. Alright, snap here. Then we start with a front bending, and I'm gonna keyframe. Yeah, I'll make sure this is okay. So I'm gonna keyframe only this bone. Actually, yeah, from here, what is this? We don't want this. And here, knee and leg. Okay, this is correct. So you're gonna... But let's remake this animation too, because it's easy. So reset here. Actually, wrong thing. Just this and here, reset, right? We start here, we can totally do this. This is the wrong leg. I think everything is the wrong leg. Alright, so let's do it again. Pick this and this we gonna insert here. Then this probably includes, yeah, all the transforms, that's right. Then I want these two in the beginning to go up. That's fine, somewhere like here. And these already, yeah, we can place it like here. Why this pole target hasn't been, I think I forgot. Yeah, so reset. Is this the rest position for it? Yes. Should be, yes. Yeah, must be. If we check the opposite one, yeah, we see it's matching. That's correct, it's where it is, but the colors... Oh, I've lost the color for left. And how to preserve the color if we have symmetrized? Preserve left and right color. Preserve left, right, group, color, bone, symmetrize. Yeah, I don't think the... Yeah, so what happens is that every time I symmetrize the bones, I lose my left and right thing here for the most important, those master bones. So this is the pattern, so this is pretty annoying. But yeah, at least it's just a few bones that have this feature, that I'm using that feature. What is this? control me. Where's this from? Oh, this is a alright, this is a bone that I'm not it's an extra bone, never mind. I think it doesn't have anything special here. Yeah, nothing special. Here I was trying to develop a new system, doesn't a different variation. Anyways, let's go continue here, folks. Oh, I'm keyframing everything. So here, select this, hide stuff there. Then bold knee right. I don't want this. I think it was a wrong. Yeah, that's why I got it the wrong one. That's why. So here we post that. This is fine. Is this exaggerated enough? Maybe not. So let's go good into this. This is the wrong one. Okay, we don't need more than this, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, that's good enough to start with. Very exaggerated. So then this is 50. Then we end at how do you go to 100 here and shift here, right arrow. Then we are going to just pick the left one, master leg left. We are going to move it like here. Yes, very exaggerated. And for this bone we are gonna see somewhere like here. That's good. Then from here we can get it like here. Then maybe we can exaggerate more here, because why not? And then this should be the proper setup. Let's start saving this in another. It's already in my place, already in October. Alright, so with the experience I've gained from the last session of live streaming, I know that I did a little mistake there, and we intend to get it correct. And now we've learned a way to get. Okay, so this is not. This is the basal thing, right? So leg bending left, yeah, because it's just a front back. Alright, whatever. Actually, let me give a base so that I don't confuse myself. So this is the base. Let's see if the legs, yeah, it should do what's happening there. Maybe it's just, no, it's just the interaction. Okay, no problem. Just want to make sure that we have enough space to work with that. Yeah, it's not ideal, but for example, I could probably bring this foot more front, but then it's natural that it doesn't. Alright, we can make some keyframe in between, but this will complexify the process. It's clear enough that we can do with just this. Alright, so then now I have this cool add-on here, which is inbuilt in Blender, which is the world copy global transforms. So end panel here, so I think this would help in this case, although technically I wouldn't even need to do that. I just have to so let's go here and yeah, because I'm gonna remake, I could just duplicate this action, right? So this will be not base anymore, so the act, and then we have many act here. This is old, so we're gonna and old, yeah. So this is the base, this is the new one that we're gonna make. And yeah, actually it won't have left or right. Well, it'll be start with the right, okay, the left. So this was the, what was that? Lex X rotation. Here I think I was duplicating for, yeah, for I was restarting here. So this is like a useless thing, right? So let's delete this one, although it's not here that we delete actions, it's in here. Old, maybe it's not orphan yet. View layers, maybe. No, view layers that I use the most. Blend file actions, yeah, okay, it's in blend file, so this one we delete. We go now on this one, we protect this one. So this is the first one we're gonna build on top of that. So here we have all this stuff showing, but I see that we have, yeah, we don't want to show some layers here. So I see that here we got stuff that are not actually relevant, so remove. We could also remove this, yeah, maybe don't need this for now. And these, where are these? I don't even know. Let's see. Anyways, if we'll move them to spine control too. Yeah, they are all wrong, so let's give it to, it's not something relevant right now. Hide that. There's the crotch though, spine. This is relevant, but for this work currently it might be annoying. So if you have this, it has at least those selections, but yeah, we don't need this. And so I'll be working with just, yeah, those things. And where is this one? I see we have some selections on Why this seems to appear on... It's like I have... Yeah, I don't understand this, so hold on, folks. Just want to know where this is. It's nowhere and everywhere at the same time. This is crazy. I'm certainly forgetting. All right, it cannot be everywhere. This looks like a bug. All right, okay. How did it stack to so many places? It was indeed it was everywhere. I don't know about this. Oh, maybe. So maybe this is true. I didn't know this functionality. Alright, let's see if that's true. Yes, it's true. So I can stack it to multiple layers. Wow, that's fantastic. I didn't know about this. So apparently I have, what is this? Move to layer, show move to layer options. Yeah. So there it is. This bone has, and what is this one? I don't know why this is bigger, but yeah, this is pretty useful. So let's save. Wow, so long using layer management add-on, and I didn't know this very valuable trick. So now this bone will show in multiple layers, but actually it is being here, but then it destroys the other. So if I do this, yeah, it destroys there. Control Z should get it back. Yes. Or wasn't Control Z? Yes, it was Control Z. So let's go back. Alright. Sorry folks, so that's very important. So here we can use our action switcher. But we are keyframing, right? We don't want to keyframe this. We just need to make sure on the original one, actually, base, we want to make sure if that okay, want here showing, and but along with this. All right, so here it's enable, we must disable. That's right. Then we return. Okay, notice that this is keyframed here, but this is correct or incorrect? Well, provide it stays like this as we look for the act, right? That's good, yeah. Then if we go back to the base, we're gonna make a keyframe here for this, just to so that we can move it later. We'll just derotate here. It keeps. Alright, so actually we need to. Okay, here, then here actually we just want this. Alright, so now we go back to the actions. This doesn't need to be here anyway, so okay, even though we cross this threshold here, this doesn't activate. I knew that, but I needed to make sure that it was clear enough. Alright, so now we need to none of these bones are changing, so that's great. The action, so this is the same pose, right? For this, for the legs, then the basis. What is changing though is just, I don't know what is changing. Something changed the mesh there. It's why? Oh no, this is okay. It's just that this has another. Okay, it's possible that there is some wrong one. Okay, so let's reset this. Oh, I see. I think I was stacking stuff, right? So yeah, in animation, this is the only one that should be reset. And so if I look at here, all right, so it looks like, yeah, we can reset here except for this one. Well, it will reset automatically. So I just, so you see that some bones here are changing. They seem to be okay. Disable, 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 disable. Okay, everything here is disabled. So why would they even move? So we have here the handles. We have all of them at once. Nothing that I could change here, but clearly there shouldn't be any change here. Let's move on the back. This could be other something else. Yes. Okay, this is expected. Of course, we reset. So what? Yeah, we didn't complete those things probably anyway. So we're gonna change, probably remake those actions. Yes. Yeah, it will be complicated because now I cannot manipulate those things easily. Anyways, we'll see how can we retake that. So the act here, let's start, and we'll start keyframing. So on the front bending, we can already start by getting some change here. So this is the maximum, so we really want to get this as good as possible. So here the action they are enabled, but this is actually not correct. We need to unactivate this, and that's right. And also let's duplicate here too. If they are activated, we cannot, it's not here that we manipulate. Here we just pause, rotate, we get whatever we want. So here we're gonna shape the profiles as best as we can. Probably this is like going to have this, need always to know its original. So here we can probably get this thing moving like that. There are more parts that affect the mesh, but in principle yeah, this can help, right? Oh, hi, hello Alotsky, welcome back. Allow me to put some music selection of myself, the Mass Effect thing. This is live streaming 100, and I finally found the ultimate complex joint rig solution with yeah, not ultimate, of course there are other alternatives, but this one is really powerful. You've been seeing that perhaps, and now I'm getting it better, and I found a way to get it done with the famous or not so famous action bone constraint. And so you're gonna get it now. We, instead of making those abstract, nearly blind transforms on the bones, we're gonna do all we can, like visually, as I'm trying to do here. Of course, they are still countering the hard algorithm is still challenging nonetheless, but we'll see what we can do. Can you hear your sound on the previous stream? Oh, good idea. Congratulations on your anniversary stream. Thanks. Let's see, since we are here real quick, it was last stream, right? Let's see, it should be everywhere, right? So if I get here, I can't even listen to my voice. My voice is squeaky on that transmission. Don't know what happened. That will be very unfortunate. But I won't delete it. Maybe I give some alert. Here, yeah, I'll have to watch that later to check this, but good idea to check. Yeah, so here let's get to the, yeah, some soundtrack. Feel free to put whatever soundtrack you want, because this is copyright stuff. So It's just so here I see I have some trouble with that part. It used to be better. I don't know what's... Well, I changed the waves, that's right. So that's a culprit of... This could help if we try to bring this like... Behold the power of profile bendy bone splines, the Pixar trick. Profile curves, profile nets. No, there's no profile nets here. Curve nets, not yet. Just some slight profile stuff here. Not making a cage mesh yet. This is a more simplified version of that. I see that I have a hard time here with this particular... Oh, I have... Wow. Okay, so this is not very good. Some limitation on how I can control this one. Yeah, this is critical, a critical problem. I can't work with this thing. This should be solvable with... You see, it's not posing with this that will solve the position of... Okay, this is clearly a problem with this spline here. Unfortunately, I didn't have this problem before, so critical wave painting failure here. Can happen, yeah. I'm still need to investigate. I still need to investigate the ideal wave painting theory for this stuff. Okay, so you have a lot of rotating power here, but this is actually very problematic. You cannot rely on this kind of rotation. Be very careful here now not to reset the pose of all bones, just okay, we need to assess the wave painting, so nothing to do here. It is really no, hold on, that was something else. Maybe the type is lacking some... Why am I looking at an old thing here? Oh, everything was doing... I was posing the wrong thing. Yeah. Alright, folks. Got a mistake here. Let's delete these things. Yeah, they won't help us. They are just creating confusion. So we already have a backup for that, so we're not going back. So I need to... What happened here? So the base got disrupted for some reason. No, this is wave painting, wave paint mode. What are these ones? These are helper, they are wrongly Alright, we just want that, that's correct. Let's reset this. Yeah, maybe you better assess this with this auto keying off, it disabled, and also yeah. Look at this bone. Okay, this is because of there's absolutely no control over those bones from the rest position. So this is a complicator factor in my system. Maybe I would like to have, because otherwise I would have to animate all that, right? So even for inner bending, that means I need to start with, yeah, I'm thinking there are many problems because of the rest position now of the system that I'm doing, trying to be more efficient, but it's more difficult now. I could have this bone just, why not this one, right? At least this would be certainly bad, but we can try. Just this will be like a starting condition, right? It's very bad, but at least that will prevent some stuff, and then we can regulate this with the proper, with the transforms, right? Of course it won't be very good, but it doesn't mean that we need to do a lot of corrective stuff. No, you just pick, like for example this one, reposition, right? And that should be, or maybe not, because it already provoked a lot of deforms, or not. It is possible that, no, this is not even the bone that I'm looking for. No, they are spline skinning. We can, if we just repose, it will create proper now it's unclear to me. Yes, anyways, this wave painting is creating a lot of problems anyways. So I have perhaps a new approach now. Maybe I don't need 3 splines. I'm considering going back to the circular ones. And this won't be too hard since we're remaking this, but then just having one about in this region and the other one like being here. So currently I have these 3 ones, so I'm tempted to do that, because you see I have a lot, but they don't really, it still looks not as effective to this area also, and so I'm tempted. Yeah, I thought that I was in a good track in the beginning with the 2 splines only, but where, how to orient them. And then also this one, yeah, maybe this is overcomplicated. Otherwise, just do a cage mesh, cage armature, right? If you want to complicate, go straight for the theory. What is that would require from me more experimentation. So I'm going to turn off the deform. So this means, folks, that we are going to save this stuff here. Like, we are going to go back to the base thing. We are going to, here we don't have, yeah, there's a free layer here. We're not using the hands, mechanism hands. We are picking all those splines here. Yeah, all those splines there. Those that are deform and handle. Only this presence here. We are going to go in the middle, yeah, reset them, but that doesn't matter. Move them to that layer there, layer 29. Go back there. We already turned this off. We can delete this for, no, they don't delete their leg, pole target and action. No, this is good, nothing else here. So this does nothing to do with these bones here. These are, they are dead. Like they are, not operative now anymore. They will remain like in standby. Maybe we want them back, but I want to simplify anyway. So yeah, we are going nonetheless to just copy one set here so we can reuse. I don't know which one. So there's this dev hips here. Yeah, let's copy this one. We'll move these ones to dev legs. Here we gonna hide this, and now we are going to, yeah, let's unparent here. These, I don't know where to parent it, maybe the same parent here for now. Maybe there's a copy rotation possibility, but we don't know. It depends a lot on its rest position. So now let's see what the where do we really want to have splines to deforms. In principle, it will be here to make profiles, I mean. So in principle, the worst part is here. So I'll get it exactly where it hurts. And also here. Yeah, here. More like vertically. So let's also copy this here. And just one should be enough. So this part will be not so different than what we already have, but having less complications with the wave painting, right? Less bones means less wave painting, less blended waves, and in this case I think it will be much less confusing. we can also make sure we can snap these things. Well, we don't snap this. I remember the thing about the it will make this the bone length change the way I was doing, so no thank you. So just this should be good enough. Then here, somewhere like here, yeah, more like here, and then here let's snap there. Yeah, okay. Parenting is okay, parenting there is okay. Okay, so let's get what's the size of this bone. Let's see, it's bone length 12. All right, this is okay. Copy that to this, and let's make sure we re-snap those things. There we go. Alignment, let's make sure it's correct. Reset roll, let's see, roll is yeah, somewhere negative, doesn't really matter here. Yeah, something would be more like that. Snap, there we go. So this is our first spline. We can, instead of hips, we're gonna change these names to bones here. Find replace hips to buttocks. This 001, I think it already exists. Yeah, okay, so instead of buttocks, let's get pelvis back. No, back already exists, so yeah, and those old other bones take my names there. So pelvis, buttocks, whatever. No, it's currently buttocks, so we get hips, buttocks. That's okay. Now we can change this to 1. Def, this is that. Alright, then we copy this here, right, there, finally. So, and this will be hips, pubis. So reset here, here and here. Reset roles. We want strong weights here. We do whatever we can to avoid to give more weights to the splines, so we can actually shape this joint part, joint region, which is really complicated to solve. So here we got this, we align here, and this bone, yeah, let's change their bone length to here. Also, let's change these relations here. These are non-deformed bones. Let's change this immediately. And now these values here, we get them to something equivalent for these bones. So it'd be bendy bones, yes, 0.15, I guess. There we go. So here we connect here, align, connect. No, let's make sure this is equivalent. Same alignment here. This is probably so rolling positive, that should be it. Here align this and get snap there. It's okay, the roll of the bendy bone changed a little. Here we want to make some adjustments. I'm not sure about these rolls here, if they're correct. Oh, all this got wrong. We need, okay, we got the proper, we are rotating wrongly. Oh yeah, this is the wrong thing, is the actual medium point. This is why it was not working. We see how this bone is badly positioned here, apparently. This looks better, a better rest position, binding pose state is better for the deforms of these bones. Good. This we want to make sure that we have enough waves on this region. Yeah, so you can really shape these profiles here. Probably you don't need this to be so far. If we have more geometry at this point, maybe we could have, no, that's, I don't know if that's enough geometry, so might not exactly be a question of geometry. Mesh topology might matter. It's another problem. In principle, we were able to get good deforms even with this, so yeah, that probably could do better. It is another question. If we okay, starting from this condition, we need to, yeah, rename these bones. So this will be like instead of hips, pubis, and now that will be 001, 002, nothing, 001, 001, and nothing. This becomes 002 automatic. So reset. reset, reset, and reset. Now wave painting, we need to make sure that we got alright. So this is the one of the hardest, the most complicated parts in complex joint, and of course wave painting, because okay, I have all these corrective methods, folks, yeah, but then wave painting. So because the real problem here is that we have to lure the skinning algorithm somewhere. We cannot get rid of it with armature deform. So we need to find out where we can displace it on the type rotation, which is huge. These already blended waves might be responsible for some huge deforms that might be very difficult to solve later. So we should be very careful about, and because I have keyframe, this is fundamental for wave painting this. So I believe I can have, so one strategy regarding this part is really getting perhaps some threshold where, okay, here will be more wave painting, and then suddenly we try to erase, because then we sort of concentrate the artifact on some region. So currently, of course, we are having we're doing some dangerous business here. We see that the type is going inside the torso, so at least it's regular. We see it happening very well, and it's not, then there's interpenetrations, which is also a big problem. But in the front also certainly there is something. We cannot just get the, unfortunately for the skinning algorithm, Stone Age, we cannot just cannot wave paint the belly expecting that this will cause good transforms automatically on the belly region, the torso region. Same reason for the buttocks. We need the buttocks leverage system. Just as here, we should need some sort of belly leverage system, or just some slightly rearrangement of the mesh, so something like a pooling. And this we could resolve perhaps with this bone here, if it contains some weights here. So just push it upwards, so just as this I'm using to pull and make the buttocks leverage. And now we don't have a side one, so maybe this is better for this part, so the type could get, but this is pretty dangerous what I'm doing here. So this will cause massive disruptions, which were anyways already happening, and more interpenetration here, more mesh to pull outside. So another strategy, so this probably is bad, and I should be considering now some subtracting radically some waves here. Even blended waves at this point are questionable, or shared or low waves. So we're gonna try to limit what is really even on the crotch. We can consider that it might not be actually a good idea to have because this means that the crotch then will receive the artifacts in some way. Even so, this is totally useless, right? So I'm doing this because this is a way to simplify and focus the, in this case focus the skinning, so now I'm starting to understand a little better about those systems, and it is likely that yes, but there are some threshold which would need to. Also, the reason why I'm doing this is that I want stronger if impact of the profile curves, the bendy bones splines here, and to do that, so they would have maximum drawing capacity of the shapes of the buttocks of this area. This means that it would be a good idea that I try to limit the waves of the type. But if I do this too much, what will happen is that eventually I'll carry the artifact down to the thigh region below, right, going down, and this also becomes problematic, because then, okay, even if I solve the buttocks, then I'll have another region, so cannot escape easily from this. The artifacts are going to occur, you see there, but this could be easier to solve with some features, or maybe not. So it depends, right? Currently I think if I can just, let me wave paint here. So I'm still trying to find where it would be easier. In that research, I even considered that an idea for this is to make the whole leg and torso like a tube that will deform like a tube. And so how do you bend a tube with linear blend skinning or dual quaternary skinning? Well, there is a way. You wave paint all the thing, but then we blend waves. We do blended waves, and there is some area that is bending that we take off waves from one of the thing and augment the waves on the other. So there's something like, it would be do something like that on one way and that in other way. I've tried that and it's kind of helped, but then if we don't make some corrective methods in the type, it creates, especially in the types, maybe there too, it will create severe deforms on the type, but the bending area is good. I've made some, so but it needs special retakes on the type rig. It's unconventional, but bending a tube theoretically is not unconventional, right? With skinning algorithms, so it's a basic test that I've made and with surprising effects. But now I'm not using it, so because it's unconventional. I had some issues with that, but it has potential, so it just needs a different approach. Something good for the future, because exactly now I'm facing a problem that it's very hard to find which would be the best theoretical approach to avoid. So here, as I've mentioned, my approach is to avoid blended waves and give more waves to the more waves to the bendy, profile bendy bone splines. So we see that we have interesting motion already. The type is moving like nearly ballistic, although that's not exactly the good term. What is this? Why do I have... I think I've keyframed stuff wrongly. it always appears when I'm in wave paint mode, so something is wave painted on wave paint mode that doesn't appear here. I have no idea what. Oh, the mesh is keyframed. No, hold on, this is not. The mesh seems keyframed. Alright, that's not. Now I've deleted. Alright, so I don't get it. Let's delete this, which is bizarre. Okay. So here, as we were doing the wave painting, right folks? I'm not saving the keyframe, so that's good. Okay, so this is the type, right? We I think this is good approach for now. Then let's get more bone layers here. I need to check the spine. Actually, we are deformed spine. There is the crotch, which we can use a lot, and this spine. So here we already had the, yeah, maybe I need to consider that these blended waves, although it's not the crotch that will be responsible for the artifacts, right? It might not be a good idea, right folks? So what I can do is perhaps give more waves to the crotch. Actually, we were already doing it, as we can see here. So the torso is really the torso, so this is something interesting that I was already developing, but it doesn't mean that it will help a lot. Here I have some difficulty in wave painting that particular region. This should help if we just, yeah, if I could just not leave the frame, right? Because I'm not saving, so it's keyframe, it will return automatically to its condition. So here, check, this is like the buttocks region. I'm taking off waves from there. I could consider, yeah, so here, like preserving the waves for, here it would be considerable. What if I just blur here, right? So this could be interesting. This means that the artifact will sort of be perhaps not that strong, or it will be stronger in a different way. Of course, we don't see very well the impact, but this will help mostly the impact of the profile bendy bone spline. So I have another reason now to do this. I want to improve the effect of the bendy bone splines profile lines, so they will have a stronger influence. Here, same thing for the crotch, that we have some wave painting here. In relation to the spine, I want to have more control on the, perhaps on the belly region. No, actually this region will give it to the bendy bone spline, at least some front part there. So this will be a bit messy, but we'll see what we can do. So I need, again, this thing. We're gonna if the torso gets the waves, that's the problem. If the torso gets waves in those critical regions, it will take waves from the bendy bone splines and from the buttocks and all that, and this means less power to shape with our actions. So I don't want that. We want, yeah, maybe until the nostril it's okay. So something like that. So maybe even one more, because this means that there still be blended waves there anyways from the crotch, I think, but it will not be as impactful as where there is lower waves here. So I'm risking giving perhaps up until there. Here I don't see why we can't. Maybe I lost this thing at some point. Looks like a corset, but here it's good actually to blur this out, so I don't know how much, but yeah, maybe this we blur here, so this will be a bit strong, but yeah, we'll be doing this like this, very analytical. Here this seems to be already a crotch region, so I think I did something wrong about the position of these blended waves. Well, no, it is actually, this can work. So here got that. Okay, so you have this layering here. Yeah, and here we can give perhaps some. All right. All right, let's check. Of course, this is very far from anything good. It's just the very basics before we start creating the system. Oh, here is the corrective smooth effect for the buttocks, which we don't, we'd better not have it enabled right now, because, so not delete driver, I'll just turn it manually off. We don't want any interference at this point. And here, okay, see, horrid artifact, right? And this is very hard to solve, even with deformed bones, but the profile curve are much more potent for this, if they have enough waves. So they will have enough waves in the buttocks region, I hope, and then we can use this as a way to smooth out this horrible thing. It's very good, but it's not good enough, right? So you see, it's not, sometimes it will work perfect. Oh, that's exactly what I need. I need to, maybe you have some anomaly, then you just smooth out. But unfortunately, it won't do everything on its own. We need to, sometimes it must be very local, right? I have a wave vertex group for that. Maybe I need to get something even more, a lot of repetitions, but maybe just on a, and it's a bit hard to map these vertices, but very plausible. And so here too we can, is an area where we can, so this for the buttocks, but we'll have another for the pubis. This will help in this system. So we got this achieved on this approach, this, the thighs, and now the crotch, right? The crotch, we are going to also do something about this. We're gonna retake some of these waves, and we want to get more waves from the, yeah, from the torso, because I don't know, I want to try out, I want to see what I can do. And here, however, I don't want, yeah, so here we are going to start to radically, yeah, change this whole notion here. We are not gonna mix the idea of the crotch with the pubis or buttocks nor pelvis. We just want, yeah, because then it will be taking away from this bone, which is belly bone spline, which is very, very crucial. So the question is, how then, what remains for this? Well, could remain some, yeah, so strong waves there exactly in the, in here, in the crotch region, whatever the center, certainly in the center, but up to where, right? We need to compare here. Maybe you get something, yeah, I think here should be already blended waves, start from here. So what's happening there? Oh, no, 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 this is very bad, very bad. Okay, I hope I didn't destroy something else here. Yeah, I need to protect the mesh. This can be dirty. Alright, anyways, let's, yeah, for this one maybe I should, yeah, let's see, we have some vertex here, let's see, spine, pelvis, yeah, that one. Is that correct? Yes, this should help. So here what we want is, yeah, take this off. Here we see, yeah, blended waves maybe from here, because the mesh topology, right, it's just, not enough mesh geometry. So yeah, so this could be the last. From here we can, yeah, we start from big waves and then we start reducing, right? Then start blurring and whatever. Yeah, this certainly is bad, right? We don't want this kind of, although, yeah, look, this is not good. It's really that we want. Okay, so now we have this. We are probably can blur this. This can be good for the crotch, I think. Here it's okay. Maybe here we can go until there. We don't reach the nostril, maybe just up to this. Or maybe we reach, but yeah, something like that. With just some crazy blended waves here. And here we start to make this curve. and start to retrieve, and then we can start to blur everything. And then here actually probably maybe here I don't know for the, because we have to compare here. There's maybe just here for this area we could perhaps just get this, and the buttocks in this region. That's fine. We can get up to here maybe on very low waves, or the buttocks is not really too complicated to of course here there's no blended waves with the bendy bone spline, so and also we take it waves here, so the waves here are like 100, right? So it's like what's happening here, see. However, in this part it's much smoother already, and this area also requires some okay. Now we get finally to the we start with this. We can maybe lock here. This will be great. Now is a great moment that we want to shape those. The bone is not posed, so we want real waves here. The other one is posed though, so the rest position is more like this one, right? So of course we'll need to blend these waves, otherwise this will be a disaster. We can have blended waves. So you see this bone starts to become sort of a crotch bone, but for the top here. So this might be interesting. And here it could also influence the crotch, because this is not a bone that will cause itself its spline skinning. It's not the bone that will itself cause artifacts on its own very easy because of the way I'm making them. So yes, they can even be used to take more share of the waves on the thigh, so this will help perhaps. And so here probably I'm assuming we'll need more shapes here. You see, and more to the could get more to the crotch region also. I'm trying to follow the orientation of the bendy bone spline, so it tells that we need perhaps to get waves to this region, so we can shape this region better. So we can get, so it's like a side crotch things, right? Now let's see what it allows us to do from this condition. Yes, very good waves there. Well, not very good, but good enough so that we can have some control of this mesh in some important waves. This stretching can be complicated on both sides. It's a bit too expensive the way it controls the mesh. The stretching maybe is a bit too big, so we can reduce this amount of stretch and squash. Yes. Of course it won't solve everything, but here we can already have a, oh, that's one reason where we don't want all that sharing waves. Yeah. Alright, so maybe it's taking too much waves on the crotch region. Yes, so this is bad. So I forgot about, yeah, the amount of motion I need to do on this bendy bone makes it that we cannot be doing all that. Cannot work like that, folks. So let's take off those waves. This was a bad idea, and even here I think we'll try to avoid too much here, especially here on the side. This was inaccurate. Here we're going to try to blur but maintain specific. So maintain it more local. And yeah, here we want to subtract here. Yeah, maybe here a little blend, but that's it. And that area is already on the pubis, nearly the pubis region, so we don't want that. Yeah, there's an area that it's become intersection with the rest, so it's usually hard to find the proper wave painting on this region. But I think if we just get some, yeah, just this vertex here, let's blur that. Doesn't need to have perhaps all these waves, but we did all the job to have maximum waves, and then suddenly find out that maybe this is not totally required. Yeah, so by smoothing out we got some more localized results, and now it's much easier to control the shapes without creating problems. So here we're gonna try already this with some perhaps less exaggerated pose. We see that, oh, I see, we need this to create the buttocks leverage. I forgot. We need to create this for a mechanism, and so for this we need to, we'll have to develop this system by wave painting the mesh here. So we need more waves in the upper part here of the buttocks, and by this I mean, yeah, a lot, but then maybe the spline must start higher. So we're gonna push this here. Sorry folks, so here yeah, we need this kind of influence, maybe blur more here, and especially here. here on the sides too. Here we can have more perhaps. Yeah, it's raining a lot in this. Yeah, I see some terrible floodings in some place, but it's okay. It's just getting better sleep. It's the climate, and sneezing is natural, so no big problem. My town also has a lot of trees, city, so it's like too much pollen grains everywhere. Especially there are some trees that nearby that say the ligustro, which the green pollens are very allergenic. Arise is the humidity and climate and dust, maybe pollution. Anyways, that I'm okay. No, maybe nothing. No, nothing like a cold or anything like that. Maybe some threatening beginning of that, but that is countered. Yeah, sometimes that's when you start to think you're gonna get worse, but then it just retracts, and you, by just getting good rest and whatever, nothing happens. Okay, so here, but thanks for the concern. Alright, so here we believe that this could work. My music also got interrupted here. I've learned this is probably because of the stream. It's the bandwidth gets disputed, and then this probably makes it YouTube want to stop to equilibrate the bandwidth, something like that. So here okay, so you see where we need the buttocks leverage system, which I'm talking about. So this would be the beginning of that, and then of course that part we can start solving with the perhaps no yeah, it helps a little to smooth out thing, but it's still okay. We start to get a shape that is like, yeah, we can push this, start to get a shape that is like, how to say, starting to become like acceptable or believable in terms of artifacts. It's really nearly solved here, but maybe we need, yeah, this is where we need to assess the wave painting techniques. Maybe I can improve this, we're gonna see right now. Okay, if I push this can be good, but not too much, so maybe more blended waves on the torso. This could help in smoothing out what the bendy bone does in this region. So blended waves are not like a horrible thing. They can be very useful to solve some very simple problems, right? But then other times, yeah, for example, if I try to expand them too much, this can become problematic. So maybe I can, yeah, I can give the spine some very low waves. It won't do nearly nothing, right? The crotch won't lose its power, and we'll have at least make the bendy bones spline here a little less, yeah, it will be slightly more subtle, smooth. And here, what of course we see that something is lacking to get, yeah, and then you realize that perhaps is, as we took the waves from the thigh, right? And perhaps we took off waves from the crotch too, which is a bone which is safer. Maybe we need this to give some stability here to this region. Of course, not too much, but just so that maybe that's why I had it to the even to the thighs. Maybe we need some blended waves. No, what I'm doing, this is not what I want. It's the opposite. Maybe this crotch bone needed some influence like that, I don't know. Here's already not exactly for the crotch, but okay, we're experimenting slightly, we'll see. It seems to have some positive impact in the smoothness overall, but I'm not. So in this case, instead of the bendy bone splines go inside the crotch, we do the crotch go inside in the buttocks region, and it makes more sense because it's like more stability bones, which are the more like the spine, the crotch, especially the crotch, because the spine can still have crazy rotations, right? So this can cause some, although this could technically, I believe, cause some problematics, but the interactions are not bad. The fact that it rotates mesh that is in a highly rotation region, it's a bit mysterious for me, because it's like rotating the thigh in reverse, because the thigh mesh in the joint region gets crazily rotated and that we have the artifact. So why rotating the spine crazily in relation to the thigh won't cause? So this is what I'm asking. So it's in part it's a relational thing, right? The thigh rotates, or but or the whole torso rotates, but it's the joint mesh which suffers. It's not the thigh mesh or the it's the joint mesh. So here we could consider more blend waves here, but I'm intrigued by this solution now, so that the crotch got expanded, and I want to see how it looks if we start to retake our approach here. It seems more stable. I'm still concerned that in this area I'm not having good deforms. I've lost something in this process that I cannot get it back. Maybe it's, yeah, the torso. We need more torso indeed in that region here, and yeah, it gives too much waves to the bendy bone, and then it doesn't follow this. Yeah, I had already a bone here on the side, so yeah, I think this is the culprit. We need more torso influence to give this continuity. Yeah, you see, much better now. Yeah, much better, but it can't go anywhere. It can't go everywhere. It needs to be controlled, because too much of it will also be very bad to so we see good results here by having slightly more influence of the torso in that lower region. And yeah, we can probably also have some more blended waves here, and here on the side I'm not sure, but yeah. So here's the relational thing. So here is probably where I want to. So because all of those things are relational, it's difficult to keep a track of exactly what we need to do to solve the main things. Many things we can do, and to figure out how to make the good interactions is really, really complicated. It will help if I weren't doing experimental stuff right all the time. What's happening there? I think it's this stuff here. Alright, so you see the buttocks leverage is seems like I could have more waves of this in the buttocks, in that lower thigh region, because it's really not helping shaping the thigh the way I was expecting it should do. This will be a case of having, yeah, but you see, this won't solve everything on its own. It would help though having some So currently I'm using the modifier, so yeah, so in principle, if we bring more waves here, we could probably push this more, but let's do this. Now the artifact is really fighting its survival like crazy. And now I'm a bit frustrated with the whole approach because I'm just not getting it right as the other time. I really was able to shape this with the bendy bone spline, and I don't know, and in the combination with the rest, and just after these rewaves something was lost. Certainly I need to load the file probably to investigate what was so different that that is making this thing now very, very difficult, nearly like I'm back in time where there was no solution to this. I might be forgetting something. I had a more extra spline here, but this one is nearly the same. So it's just wave painting, and maybe the idea of having this other spline on the side, yeah, it would help perhaps pushing some mesh here, but well, I still have to wave paint this. Let's do this. This is not so bad currently, so we are getting it somehow. So of course we want to try when the leg is bent forward. So start with the hardest challenge possible. So we want, no, actually we need to start from this condition, right? Okay, so it will be something like that, back bending the real rest position. And we want to, yeah, let's do what should be expected from this, right? Theoretically, I imagine something like this, folks. So we have like very strong waves in this whole region here, and the spline will push this, will shape this like crazily. Yeah, so the reason why I'm trying to do this like over and over again and not trying to get a final conclusion, even though I was getting good on a conclusion, is that, well, I want really to understand if not just solve, because sometimes it may happen that we are just lucky, we've made something, oh, that works, okay, and then we think that we understood the problem, and actually we didn't. We just were lucky that on the successful approach we actually understood everything, that the fundamentals of the thing, and actually we might have missed, like I certainly am missing here something crucial that I cannot remember or I cannot understand, and that makes that I cannot solve now very easily the problem here. So we're gonna try this now again. and now I have this spline, but this shouldn't affect the buttocks a lot. So let's see the power or the weakness of this spline to shape this stuff. So this is a complete distortion here, so this bone needs to be massively affecting okay, let's so it gets an entire roll which is rotation, but it's dangerous for the mesh there. So already this is not sounding very good. This one, however, we see that it has good results here in some area. Rotate Z. I don't know how this. Yeah, we need to de-roll it on the local X, I think. But then look what is also hard to see without so you can use also this. I see. So because of the twisting this bone needs to do, because of the nature of the mesh, it cannot have actually this leverage influence like the buttocks, otherwise it will twist everything there. Same for the crotch. So this is something interesting. I cannot forget this idea. So the bone cannot be expanding everywhere, otherwise it will be twisting not only the region. So you need to consider all the twisting that the handles will be doing for solving a particular problem, and then not generating some other very critical problem. So this is why perhaps the other system with 3 splines of this kind could be more beneficial, because it would allow for okay, let's see how is the parenting of that natural parenting. Just let me see this. Okay, so what we see from this is that it's looking up. No, it's completely wrong. Okay, it's try to face the thigh, but it's no, it's not facing, it's parented offset. It's just doing its best, but it's like not succeeding very well. So without the parenting offset, it keeps, yeah, it just keeps there. It doesn't make much difference, as I also took a lot of waves from it, so much that it's quite nearly irrelevant. So okay, it keeps the shapes there of the inner type, but we just cannot shape very well this region. And then we rely on some other system to, yeah, so we can, these are still helpful, but then the side of the type is really deformed because of the, yeah, we had this problem. So even a bendy bones here wasn't enough to solve that. This is because of the rest position. So this part perhaps of the mesh is too, yeah, so as the type rotates in, we need to prevent this kind of excessive volume here from this side, and I just don't want to, yeah, this can be achieved, of course, achieved with perhaps some bone that can, I wasn't expecting, this is the least thing I was expecting, of course, is related to this rest position. Maybe by just this would probably just cause more problems. This is probably something that I could fix from the mesh editing. So perhaps if I try to oh, hold on, this is, no, it's not doing nothing. The other bones were, I need to make sure they are not affecting here. Non-deform, non-deform, non-deform. Okay, no interference here, so it's really bad stuff that I just cannot accept this thing. It's certain, yeah, I want to have this done with this rest position, but because it was, we are nearly achieved it. So I think I need to go radical in the idea of the, it's also not a mesh topology thing, except if there's something wrong, the topology would be here, but this is not exactly what is suffering the most. I believe the rest position can be improved in some way to avoid some trouble here on this excessive volume from the side This will keep happening apparently. Wait, I know this is not something only simply from this bone, because I was having this problem before anyways, but it's certain that this bone has some influence in this fact. Yeah, and I cannot just, you see, even if I take waves here, it doesn't solve the problem. What about the crotch? If the crotch had more influence there, maybe it could improve something. I don't want to take all those waves from yeah, doesn't solve because the crotch is stable. It doesn't, this also won't do anything. This this would have some influence, but it's too hard to pose this thing. Yeah, it's caused lots of problems. It is very delicate, so it's not the. So maybe these horizontal things, although they were working, I was still having problem to shape this. I need a corrective bone, or just for this mesh when it goes to the side. So, but let's just investigate what we can do with this. It still keeps very large, so this is, wait, what is the, alright, it starts to get better. Strange. Very strange. It's like I need to, it's not the, it's like the problem where I need to fix this is like here. Exactly, so very well, it didn't really solve the problems, but yes, it's sort of solved. So apparently the although the leg rotates like this on a front bending, like for example, although the leg will rotate like this, the axis pointing up, then like this, so the upper part of the leg is this. The part that is lagging behind or becoming large is not that one, but that one, as if the is this caused by the bendy bone? I don't remember about this feature, so some stretching of this bendy bone. So let's reproduce the bad behavior. Sort of like that. So this is, while this is not really, so the mesh is at the top. Okay, so it's like this makes for the top and this makes for the side. It's completely twisted, and this is not, and although I have fixed the bone rolls, so let's do something here, folks. Let's turn on this stretch too. No, turn on this volume variation. And let's turn off all these things. Well, we can see this in real time. So no, this doesn't seem to create the problem. So it's not the bendy bone spline itself, it's really the skinning algorithm. Maybe preserve volume. Yeah, it could be something about the preserve volume. Strange rotation indeed. Yeah, preserve volume has something to do with this, of course. You see, this part was mostly unaltered, but no, it's not. Is the craziness of the skinning algorithm, of course. But we know how to solve it now. Yeah, so it's really not very impactful. So I need to reduce the shape here for whatever reason. I'm trying to figure out if something might have been some rotation scale thing related to rotations. No, I can't see nothing. If it weren't the bendy bone, so maybe some what is the wave painting of this? No. Okay, folks, this is very intriguing. I didn't save that all that craziness, so it's clear that we can therefore solve this particular problem with just reorganization of, no, not this, of this, as odd that it may sound be, right? Still not good, so no, I'm doing it wrong, of course, or I'm doing it right, don't even remember. So it's confusing which part of the leg I need to reduce, so it will, I think it will be that one. Yeah, and now she's too skinny, skinny. And I've destroyed the mesh, of course. Yeah. But yeah, that kinda helps a lot. Then if I just change this bone here, we can get also acceptable results, and you see where this comes in handy for yeah, then it should be relevant that we get, yeah, here we go, very simple, right? But then we still don't have the solution for this part. So maybe I need two bones here, since this is, wait, yeah, I need a belly leverage, which I'd like to do it from here, but this is, yeah, this could do this, the crotch, if it had more influence there, it could probably do this, so it would help, and this will take care of the, this will try to take care of something else. So it won't have this crazy twisting here. However, you see here that although it's nearly impossible to see what's happening there, there's some, no, it's going very bad, the mesh there, but this gives some idea. Okay, I need to take notes on this. So we need a belly leverage system, so we'll push the mesh there. We can perhaps use the crotch, perhaps we'll need an extra bone to, we could have, okay, so folks, I think I'll have a new, I have a system already, we're gonna use it. I think it will be the best idea. These things here, actually they are here, they can do this. They can do this, they can actually help as regular deformed bones, I'm not sure. No, they can actually automate this motion for certain bones. And we need to investigate, but we have this system. So the leverage system will be from left or right, it will be relying on this. The question is that this could be moving in different ways certain bones. So this automation will help even if these are just tweak bones, not non-deformed bones. So for example, this could help perhaps leverage this bone if we maybe can start like this. So I don't know, it could have some controlling, special control for this and this, so maybe you can have them tweak like this, but then it's just for both sides. If the legs, we need to think, if the both legs are up, then what happens? There'll be some interference, but then I think they need to find a way where the interference won't be bad. Or we just, now I don't want to make two crotch bones, so that makes no sense. So we need to have at least, usually the most of the important motions will be asymmetric, so we need some automation for this kind of thing, and then maybe one counter the other and it becomes centralized. So I have been thinking of that abstractly and imagining the possibilities, but this should probably, okay, leverage tweak crotch leverage system for pubis and buttocks separated on side, maybe, anyway, separately. But we cannot add more bones to deformed. It will interact with everything. It will turn more complex. No more deformed bones. And we need this leverage system to allow to leverage, which are buttocks are bendy bone spline 1, pubis is 1, also bendy bone spline, and crotch, how to say, adaptations, left and right, and double interference. Alright, so there are, this leverage system would be really important. We need to reactivate it, so it will help a lot our work, so you don't have to do everything manually. It will do like half the work for us, and then the rest is just, and then there's this thing about the skinny algorithm, right? So need to fix this it's the bizarre volume reduction edit mode. Sorry, I'm taking notes, it's very fundamental. we need to do this good, so it's this that we need, and that will solve, so reducing the back and forth volume of the thigh would reduce the left and right volume of the thigh on this pose. It's like totally nonsensical, but that it is what seems to work. Then we need to make this crotch, yeah, I remember, crotch as belly leverage, because pubis, this is very important, bendy bone spline profile must focus only on the joint region, yeah. So this will allow for twistings and whatever. That's it, folks. So we were not successful, but we learned a lot about this, and maybe that will be enough. If I check my previews before we started this other thing, as we see here, we have before we had attempt this, we had already a system that was mostly working very well already. You see the offset here that was required for the gluteus, but it was very good. Then yes, we were having this problem of the side, because at this time I didn't know exactly. Oh, I think this we need to perhaps, no, they are enabled here. I was about to make for the front bending and the other bendings of the leg, right? This was, the side bending is nearly okay. The back bending was sort of completed. It's just that we had, yeah, there was this crazy expansion of the hips to the side, but then yeah, even here it's kind of a lot, and it's hard to control. This can help a little, but it wasn't enough, especially on the front bending, I remember. So, and we cannot just move the thigh, right, to do that, so we need some other system. And no, actually what we need is just this thing. So or perhaps, I don't know if from the front or from, this is unknown. Provide this is accurate, maybe I'm, or it's some diagonal thing. Anyways, if it doesn't get good now, no, still difficult. or it's something about here. No. Okay, let's check. Let's do it radically then. What mesh is this? Yeah, we can map that. Let's see what is this. The top one. Of course, I made too many changes already, so this is alright. So these front ones maybe are the yes. So it's these ones from some crazy mesh geometry there, topology that is there. They are sticking too much as we along with this rotation, so you need to pull all these vertices. Maybe there you go. Yes, very interesting. Okay, so we can check armature on cage, edit. Okay, so there's a good technique to find out the culprits here. So apparently it's related more to the joint region, so than the rest of the type, although we reduced everything. So we're gonna recheck that. This is priority because it was appearing everywhere. It's a simple fix. And then for the splines, yeah, we need to remake this work well for the leverage. So there are things in order of priority. This first, then the leverage system, and then the bendy bones stuff, profile bendy bone splines. So probably we'll have one, yeah. And I'm considering again maybe them making them across but separated, so it will be two profile bendy bone splines, but non-looping, and same buttocks plus pubis. Yeah, so this was my first approach, but they were connected, looping, so this was very difficult to shape, but it produced valuable results. Leverage of the buttocks is not so much a difficult thing on its own. What is really difficult is maintaining the shapes around, the type shapes. And then although I was partially successful on this attempt here with 3 bendy bone splines. The problem of this is that, yeah, in part I was having much problem with, here we don't see very much, but of course as we have the leg up, it starts to become very complicated. So the leverage system is a basis to improve the solvability of these deforms. And here also, although we can leverage, but then there is interaction with other things, and then we lose certain, although you have a profile here for the buttocks, which is good, this is very useful. At the same time, this orientation is too, yes, nothing is perfect, like there's always be pros and cons. And since this is not a curve net or armature cage, we will have limitations on this, and I cannot just find what is best. This one is really seriously not helping in many ways. When things get really bad, it's just don't really help a lot. Same with that, we try, but then it might be that we need to separate this from the belly, with the leverage system, the crotch. We need to make it better. And yeah, so, and here we need something that is stronger in this region for many reasons, including to do this and other stuff here as the leg bends backwards. And then I remember the first attempt I made with circular ones, horizontal sort of. They were kind of powerful, although they were looping, and this limited a lot the shapes that I could make with them both, because they are circular. I moved one handle, it would move everything, so this was very inadequate in many reasons. But as we separate them, maybe I'll be able to get really good this shape here and push the thigh or some portion to the correct positioning. And so this could be very powerful, along with the also must remember the pubis, how to say, corrective smooth rate, because it could actually help a lot in smoothing out this region before and after in the process that we are tweaking the thing. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks a lot, and not so many progress today, but lots of interesting discoveries, and certainly this shows something that is not very pleasant is that even all this stuff is not enough to, you cannot do this in any random way, right? We'll find critical problems. There are aspects of this method which will make it more or less feasible, more or less nightmarish. So yeah, it's that's it. So see you next time, folks, and we are going to bring new stuff next time, maybe more cloth rigging. And because this is the 100th live stream, I'm gonna change the name of the stream, so that no more WikiRigs live. It will be, WikiRigs was actually a mistake for live streaming. The WikiRigs is the name of the tutorial series that I'm going to retake from now on. And so just trying to remember, yes, so I made a poll, and people that would have idea about tutorials that you'd like to see in this channel. Yes, I can do short good tutorials on rigging in principle, and many things about rigging, whatever that I can do. Just give out some ideas, and maybe I'll consider this on the next, on the choice that I'll be making. And so from now on, yes, from now on, no more discounting here. And next week I'll probably be starting the new tutorial. I need to find out what will be next, and then we are gonna make lives and tutorials, and I think that will be great. So thanks for watching, folks. See you next time, tomorrow certainly, and take care. Have a nice weekend and happy blending. See you, folks.